Video words thrown in YouTube format to expose the daily vlog of being no one knows. Secret foes, life's pain and woes, rants and thoughts, daily journal with iPhone and his graphs to show it off.
This is another vlog video. It's about, as a society, let's just say, society as a whole, but let's just say people in the United States of America. And it just, it was a comment section, I left a comment for this guy, talks about some serious, actually a serious topic. His name is Alter Ego Sean. And he seems like well put together, a younger individual, but like very concise and, on a spiritual level, he gets, I believe he has a spiritual sense, especially how, and it is, a negative, but it's also very true. A lot of people, they don't communicate on a deeper level. People are selfish. And, I think he also touched on technology and social media, I think he touched on it as well. And it just what happens yesterday, I was having this conversation on iVlog.tv chat room, and not too many people want to participate. But it's also, he touched on something like, it wasn't him, but there was another title, like Things Aren't the Same After 2020. And I remember thinking about that, but I also remember thinking about how then COVID-19 hit. It was like November, I was working for, like, this is personal thing. People that watch my channel know relationship with those fucking people, beyond selfish what they are. Greedy and fucking unbelievable. When COVID hit, the main manager would later call the police on me or something like that for simple assault, which I didn't do, and it was trifling. It was a sham. It didn't go anywhere. The charges got disposed. I got him recorded. Guy just looked like a fucking idiot. Was scared. I could have had fucking, if I had a lawyer, I could have had fucking, I don't know, sue the city actually for what they were doing, including their multi-million bill distributor company. But when he was, when that hit, he was just enjoying it. He was looking at the computer, and it's like, when it's made its way to California, there was a flight from China, supposedly, when California, and I don't know if one or a couple people in the spread, he's like, look, it's already here. What are you going to do? I'm like, what in the fuck? And then he started going with this conspiracy theories. There's the government, and it's a pharmaceutical company, and they're doing it on purpose to make billions of dollars. And he just fucking enjoyed it. I was just fucking, is this like, for real? And also I thought, if it's just like that, they don't just fucking go away. But then I was trying to rationalize it. I was like, why is he just so fucking in love with that? How good is that, man? That was before I actually tried to quit that job. Because I was like, COVID hit, and I'm like, fucking, it's not like I'm going to get my COVID relief. But I was like, I don't want to be here anymore, man. And also it's like, I was scared about the shutdown. Also, I felt like, it was SARS-2, where it transitioned is Corona, but, it's influenza spread on a high level. And I didn't even fully aware. I was aware, but it was just so shocking nonetheless. But his, lack of empathy and compassion. And there was another person from that job. He hasn't worked there in years, but we had contact. I started living in New York, and I actually called him, and I talked about that, because I wanted to see how a person he was. He was a very fraudulent individual. Some people say evil, cruel, just no sympathy. He was very much more sexually deviant, an older man, like in the 70s, sexual deviant. And he just started, he started making jokes about fucking people not breathing. I'm like, you ever fucking, went to like you can't breathe? Shocking. People went on like ventilators, and he started making a joke that like, they would just try to be cute. I was like, what the fuck you doing? He's like, go fuck yourself. And he hung up the phone and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? Go fuck myself? So I know there's the people that lack compassion, empathy. When you want to point out to them, they get very defensive as well. Very defensive, very aggressive. Without feeling, a little humility and say, I probably should be thinking. Unless, maybe they're trained to not to like to show that. But people, man, they are very aggressive with that. How they have no compassion or sympathy for somebody else. So that's I don't want to say my COVID story, but I started thinking, processing later, man. Like these people, like I was around these people, I trusted them. I trust them. They have fucking like no. This is just common sense decency. What that is, man. What's gonna if people get infected with COVID, influenza, whether they die or not, whether they suffer, what is that gonna do for anybody? How is that fucking beneficial for our daily life? It actually, if you think about it, it's illogical. It's inefficient. it stagnates the economy, stagnates this human spirit. You know, society as a whole, yeah, it's like, you know, it's shocking. Worldwide pandemic, that's fucking not something you want to live through, man. But on a different level, you know, what he's talking about, and I think, yeah, I think maybe people just got, you know, I got shocked. Also, there was a lot of fear based. Like these individuals I work with, you know, they're fucking with my mind. They really were. They're not nice people. But, you know, on another level, it's like, yeah, it's society as a whole. Let's just say the pandemic is a lockdown. What does that do on a human mind and society as a whole? And also, let's just say, well, people will start working from home, you know, and it's like, you can become stagnant, but it's also like, you know, the social media, you rely on social media, and it's like, you just, you know, either YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, wherever you're into video chats, as I go to, it can make you, you know, stagnant, also get depressed. All that video stimulation, you get, it triggers dopamine, you get excited, but eventually you calm down. And I'm trying to, you know, I responded, I left, staggering words. I left the comment, and it's really about, more so like say, the developing mind. The human mind, male, female, develops either 24, 25. Females are a little bit different, but I think it's off by an age. Mid-20s. Let's just say teenagers or adolescents, like, you know, even before 15 years old, before 16 years old. We just say that constantly, you know, thwarted with social media, not just social media, but YouTube, constantly watch videos, like even television. You know, you get that stimuli and dopamine, but it's really just a rush, and then you drop down. You know, your brain chemicals just can't produce that much dopamine. You know, like, you know, from a personal perspective, hey, watch YouTube for like a couple hours or a day, or like 6 to 8 hours, and then just try to go outside. It's like fucking up. It's like, how does this exist or some shit? You know, I joke around, but it's like a different dimension or something like that. You know, there is such a thing. You know, people talked about book hangover. When you read a good book and it's like it stays on your mind. Imagine watching not a good movie stays on your mind. You want to talk to someone about it, but multiple. And let's just say you don't have communication about it. And leaving comments is not the same thing. You know, it's counterproductive to our human experience. We're much more vocal, physical people, individuals. You know, and this has been going on for decades. You think about technology, something we were talking about, and people say, well, that's 1984. How many people in schools actually read the book 1984? I heard from someone, she was, I don't know if she had something to do with public education, but she knew what the curriculum was. 1984, Brave New World, Animal Farm, those books aren't in curriculum, I heard. Not in New Jersey. And it's happening right now. It's the idiocracy, you know. People talk about dumbing down of society. We're consumers. They just say, you know, not just Facebook, but Google. They make so many billions, hundred billions of dollars are based on ad revenues. Their business is to keep you online, keep you on your cell phone. I mean, that's the financial aspect of it. But the detrimental part of it, I mean, let's just say, even your brain is already developed. It can breed stagnancy, depression, sadness, cause a lot of frustration. You know, even if you don't disagree with everybody, you don't have a fight or stuff like that. It is like a lone-based activity. So on a development mind, and yeah, it was already in schools, I think in New York or something, they're having classes for like, I don't know, grammar school kids, social coping mechanisms. And I was joking around, I shouldn't joke around, I was like, just look over and start talking to somebody about stuff. Like, fucking, what are you doing? Like, you have a class for that? I guess, you know, after COVID, even as kids, like, you know, they had to be like homeschooled, but it's like, children are like, you know, on technology based, and it's like a lot of them just don't communicate as well. Maybe, you know, bully, no bully, they have confrontations, they know how to react. Even the negative aspects of it. I mean, you're gonna fucking type it out, you know, put emojis to something, you know. I should have, you know, not kidding around too much, it's a bad example, but it does stagnate the developing mind, you know. So, yeah, I was just, you know, I was actually kind of shocked how fucking, even after COVID, like, I don't say COVID, but COVID, that whole fucking 2020 shutdown, I was kind of released, and I started working again, and I went, and I think I was going shopping, and I saw people just fighting, arguing. And I started thinking, you should think, like, after, you know, the pandemic, and then, you know, how everything was closed, and things started opening, we'll be happy and stuff. It was like spring of 2020, you know. I was like, man, it's just like, it's so good to like be part of people. Like, I was conversing with strangers. I mean, I always do, But there was one person that understood that. But some people just like, I don't know, maybe it promoted on negative behavior. Maybe just people just didn't care about it. Just life goes on, man. I mean, think about it, pandemic or not. You know, you think whoever instigated this and the other thing, life is just so tangible. Why spend it arguing, bickering, fighting amongst each other? You know, so many other people you could go out and just have a conversation with, just enjoy each other's time, be pleasant to one another, for lack of a better word. But you know, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just a personal thing. I thought, you know, I thought like a lot of people, like, you know, they would just like, you know, respect, I don't know, humanity, decency, you know, as far as solidarity. And a lot of times I didn't see that.